Welcome to another episode of You're Weird, written by Kate Peterson, aka the Dapper Jackalope. Welcome to part 4 of the You're Weird series. I will just be doing the next 2 pages in this book. This first page is, of course, just a picture that we're going to color in, and I was getting a little tired of colored pencils, so instead I'm using the Faber-Castell Gelatos. I've only used them maybe 3 or 4 times, but I really like them so far. I will be doing a review video on these very, very soon. Not entirely sure when, but, eventually. I'll get it. It'll get done someday. So yeah, the whole background, I guess, if you want to know the art behind this picture, I just wanted to add some contrast. So the left side had to be a lot more colorful than the right side, and I'd try a lot of different methods to blend these Faber-Castell Gelatos together, and well, the best one ended up being water, and the paper actually held up pretty well. I used very, very little water, like the smallest amount that I had to, but it worked. So back to this quote, and really what this prompt is about. This is a quote by Vincent van Gogh. "Normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk, but no flowers grow on it." And I think that's kind of beautiful. Like, yeah, normal, that's an easy road. People can do that. We know what that looks like. But you don't get any flowers or any beauty or anything interesting and pretty. And I mean, yeah, there are ugly things in the weird world, but I think that's sort of nice. Like, what's ugly to one person might be beautiful to another, and what's beautiful to one person might be ugly to someone else. Like, if you really, really like those tiny little, pug dogs, you might think they're adorable, or you might be someone else who thinks, nope, those dogs are the ugliest things ever. To each their own. We all have our own opinions. But I just wanted to make sure that the contrast of this quote was reflected in the picture above it. So that's why one side is much more colorful than the other side. And yeah, I made the grass gray on the right side because I thought it made sense. And I like it. And I'm weird, and that's okay. Because it's what this whole book's about. We're going to learn a little bit more about me. I guess not we, but you guys are going to learn more about me. So this side is just going to be me answering questions about what's unique about ... So I have these really nice neon gel pens that I just got because they were, on clearance because I love clearance. And that's what I wanted to use for this page, so that's what I'm going to be using. So some of these take a little bit longer for me to talk about. So I'm just gonna jump right in to the first one about what's unique about my home. And well, this might be big or small to some of you, but it's gigantic to me. This is the first house that I've lived in where I have a dedicated art studio. Yeah, growing up, my bedroom was my art studio, and I even got a little corner of the basement in the house that I lived in with my parents and my brothers. And that was my space to do art in. And really, I could even take over our kitchen table sometimes. And it was really nice. But I really haven't had just a room dedicated to be my art space until now. And I think that's really unique and fun about my current house and living situation. I guess it's also not just an art studio, because I do share this room with my adorable cat Waffles. It's also his room. His little cat tree's in here, and his litter box, which is the less exciting thing. But, he's creating his own kind of smells and stuff, which is artistic, right? I mean, that's what I'm going to go with because it makes me feel better. He's also cute and fluffy and helps encourage me to get my artwork done, so that's always helpful. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is what's unique about my family. So, growing up, I have 2 older brothers. And what I think is unique about that, well, they're twins. Identical twins. They look exactly the same. Same height, same weight. They stayed in the same room growing up. They took the same classes growing up in, elementary school, middle school, high school, college. They had the same major in college. All of those things. And they are their own individual people, of course, because they're not just, clones or anything. But they are very, very similar. And sort of a weird thing about those 2 now, even though they grew up together, well, I mean, we all grew up together, but they grew up really, really close. And now that we're adults and stuff, yeah, they don't live in the same town or city or even state anymore, which is kind of cool. Like, they were always together and now they're just sort of doing their own thing. They still talk and hang out often because they're still really close. They're just not close as far as location goes, like geographically. But that's something that I think is pretty neat and weird about my family. Now, something that I think is unique about the way I was raised, which I feel like this is just how kids should be raised, but I also know that it is not the norm a lot of the time. And I'm sorry, it is kind of hard to read what I'm writing, but I was raised where I could be independent and I was allowed to pursue what my dreams were. I didn't have to live out one of my parents' dreams. I could be my own person and do my own stuff, and I think that's really cool to grow up that way. Now, something that I think is unique about the country that I live in. Well, I live in America. Yay or boo, depending on your opinion, I guess. Something that I think is pretty cool here is there really is a lot of opportunity. I know a lot of people will immigrate here because of the opportunities here, and I think it's really awesome. There's also a ton of freedoms in America. Like, for the most part, people can kind of like wear what they want, practice whatever religion they want. We don't have to worry about, being slaughtered for having a specific symbol around a necklace. And I know that's not true in every country. And yes, there's still horrible things that happen to people in our country based on their religion, but it's not legal. So it's definitely not an okay thing here. But I think it's cool that people are free to just be themselves and do the things they want to do. Now, something a little lighthearted that I think is kind of unique about America. We are the only place that calls football soccer, which makes no sense. Yeah, football isn't football here. Football means like guys are throwing this like brown ball around and trying to get touchdowns, not what actual football is, which is what Americans call soccer. Like the world's most popular sport. We're America and we had to change the name. Yeah, I don't know. We're weird, guys. That's just an American thing. I don't know why. But yeah, we changed football's name to soccer, and we stole football's name for a completely different sport. That's basically rugby. All right, something unique about the state I live in. This is one of my favorite things. So I live in Pennsylvania, and something that I think is really unique here is we have these two like gas station chains that are sort of in competition with each other. They actually have contracts to not get in the way of each other's business because they are so similar. But they're basically gas stations that also offer like fast food sort of things. And it's not like gas station fast food. It's like decent, like to-go food. I mean, it's all really unhealthy, but it's food to go. It's probably not going to be the best for you. But there's a little competition in Pennsylvania about what do you prefer, Sheetz or Wawa's? And yes, if you guys have a preference, please leave it in the comments below because I want to know. Do you prefer Sheetz or do you prefer Wawa's? I generally prefer Wawa's. Sorry if I offended anyone, but yeah, I just like their coffee. I think their quality's a little bit better. But fun fact, most of my life I've grown up around Sheetz. So yeah, my opinion changed over time, which I think's kind of cool. All right, moving on to the city I live in. Well, I don't live in a city. I live in a town. It's a really small town. And something weird about our little town, we have a festival of, I'm not going to say. I'm censoring it because if I tell you what it is, then you guys can figure out where I live. And that's a little creepy. I don't know you all that well. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep it private. But something that's weird about this festival, people that aren't local or that aren't in the know and know what's going on when we advertise this festival, they think that we're like a cult town that worships these inanimate objects. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there for you guys to mull over, that people think that the tiny town I live in is a cult that worships inanimate objects. Yep. All right, moving on. Something that is unique about my career. Well, I think it's cool that I like art, and I'm pretty much creating my own career in art. And art is all about creating, so it's kind of cool that I get to make my own career. I don't know why I had to say that so weird, but I really think it's cool. All right, So, something unique about how I got to where I am today? Well, ever since I was, birthed and created, I had this huge love and passion for art. And then this just horrible thing happened to me when I was like 17, and I just sort of changed my entire personality. And then was like, no, I love business, and that's what I'm going to go to college for. And 18-year-old me should not have been allowed to make decisions for myself or anyone else. And yeah, went to college, did business, and that's what I have my degree in. But then another sort of event happened, and I did a whole 180, and now I'm back into completely loving art, like forever. We're going to be in love forever, because it's just who I am deep down. So it's kind of cool that no matter what I did, I always came back to art. Something that I think is really fun about my appearance, I have the Superman look, or the Clark Kent effect look. That whole disguise where Superman puts on glasses and no one knows that he's Superman. Yeah, I can kind of do that. When I wear my glasses, which is what I wear most of the time, people know what I look like. They're like, oh, hey, look at Shannon. Cool, yay. And then I take my glasses off and they're like, whoa, where'd she go? Yeah, I actually have the Clark Kent Superman disguise. And it's really, really fun. Especially when I'm trying to like hide from people that really know me, especially when I wear my glasses. I'll wear my contacts out and they have no idea who I am. It's the best. All right. The most unique thing that I think is on here, truthfully, is the next part, and it's my friends. So I have quite a handful of friends, but I have two best friends. They are superb. I don't know why I just call them superb. They would make fun of me so much for saying that. But yeah, I have two best friends, and they've been my best friends for over 20 years. Yeah, all three of us have been the best of friends, like the three amigos, like, what are they called? Three Musketeers? Yeah, Three Musketeers. We've been like that for over 20 years. I think that's really awesome, because I know friendships are really hard to hold on to, especially after graduating high school and moving on to college and like being an adult and stuff. So I think it's cool that we get to be friends. And I feel like we're going to be friends for our entire lives, which is awesome. So something weird about my sense of style, I call it a classic with a quirk. And it's basically like, yeah, plain button down, cool, but add a pineapple to it, that's my style. I like really classic pieces with just a slight unique twist. Like Chucks or Converses, mine are green, because it's more fun that way for me. And the last thing, the way I see the world, I just think that people should love people and embrace differences, because we all come from different backgrounds and cultures, and they're all weird and unique and interesting all on their own, and I think we should embrace those for each other and for ourselves, and just to love people, because even if I disagree with something that you guys are doing and you guys disagree with something that I'm doing, we're all different people, and we can still embrace each other's differences and like love each other for our differences. We don't have to agree. We can just care about each other. I don't know. That's just how I see the world. I think it's a good, happy way to live. And yeah, I think that's about the end of the video. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have any thoughts, comments, opinions, let me know in the comments down below. Really, if you have a preference over Sheets versus Wawas, please leave it down below. I'm so curious. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Have an awesome day, guys. And remember, stay weird. All right, bye. Do you want to see more shenanigans? Then make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Oh, you want to see more shenanigans like right now? Then check out these suggestions on your screen or head on over to my Instagram. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Check back soon for some more shenanigans. Bye.